In this video, I'm gonna show you the top 5 builds that are guaranteed to help you win games in 2K25. Whether you need a guard that can use screens in 3 hunt, or if you need a guard that can do both ISO or use screens, an inside center or popper, or even the overpower lockdown, I will have a build in this video that is going to help you. I've done the research and I've even played on some of these builds to figure out which ones are the best so you don't waste none of your money trying to make different builds and see what's good and what's not. Make sure that you watch this video all the way through because you don't want to miss nothing. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're new, sub up. Let's get into these builds. Okay, first we're gonna start out with a guard build, and this build is gonna be one of the most all-around builds you can make in this game. You wanna go with point guard. Height's gonna be 6'4". Right now, the meta is between 6'2" to 6'4". 5'9s are good. I'm gonna show a 5'9 build in this video. 5'9s are good, but I feel like it takes a certain type of player to play with 5'9s. You gotta know how to dribble and use the screens and know how to play defense. And you also gotta be playing with certain kind of people who can help you on defense, because while you can get good attributes as a 5'9 on defense, when it comes to getting contests, it's very, very hard to get a contest on a 5'9. So that 6'2 to 6'4 range is what a lot of people are going with right now. It's just more all around as far as playing defense. But this 6'4 right here, you can play on the 1s, you can play 2s, 3s, and even 5s on this build. So it's a build you can't go wrong with. I know some people might be playing random wreck, so this would be a good build to take into the random wreck, and you won't get taken advantage of on either side of the ball. But then you want to go with 222 pounds, and it's an overpowered badge that you're going to be able to get while putting your weight this high, which allows you to upgrade your strength. So make sure you go 222 pounds, and then for your wingspan, you're going to go 6'11". All right, first we're going to start with our physicals, and for your speed, you're going to upgrade that to an 85, and then on your acceleration is going to be upgraded to an 80. And this right here is more than enough to play defense. And if you don't know, speed and agility is really going to play a factor whenever it comes to defense. As far as offense, your speed with ball is going to be the main factor with that. But if you want to play defense, agility is going to be your lateral quickness, so when you're sliding back and forth. And then for speed, if you're running to cut somebody off, your speed is going to be activated then. And then also on offense, and whenever you're running, if you're dexing, if you're somebody who dexes around screens or whatever it may be, then your speed is going to play a factor with that. But as a guard dribbling, your speed don't have to be 90 plus. You can go 90 plus, but you don't need to have 90 plus speed. 85 speed and 80 agility is more than enough, especially on this build. And then we're going to go with 85 strength. So this 85 strength right here, when I upgrade this, is going to give you strong handles. And we're also going to get strong handles at a higher level, but we have to upgrade our playmaking category first. But as you can see, strong handles right now is on bronze, and this right here gives you a crazy glitchy animation. If you're getting bumped and you cross up, you're able to throw the ball between the defender's legs, which is super overpowered and kind of hard to guard, especially on the 1s or if you're isoing. And then for our vertical, we're going to put that up to an 80. This right here, along with our drive and dunk, is going to allow us to get some of the best dunk packages in the game. So we want to make sure you go with that 80 drive and dunk. As you can see, some of the categories got upgraded because of our physicals. That's why I like to do my physicals first, get those out the way, because it's going to set everything to what it has to be at minimum for you to have those physicals. So that's why I do those first. For your close shot, it doesn't really matter on this build, but you want to go with a 74. Our layup's going to be a 77, and then we want to come down to our drive and dunk and put that up to an 89. So you can make this build a few different ways, and it's really dependent upon you. I made mine a different way. I didn't, put cap breakers when it came to finishing, but if you want, you can upgrade your drive and dunk to a 93 and even up to a 98 if you want to be more of a slasher type build. So that's what it's going to come down to when you're upgrading this build, where you put your cap breakers at. If you want to have more dunk, if you want to have more defense, if you want to have more shooting, more playmaking, that's where you're going to put your cap breakers at. If you're a starter 3, you're going to get 5 cap breakers, and I'll show y'all where I put my cap breakers on this build personally. And then for this last season and then this current season right now, you're able to get a +1 cap breakers at the level 40 reward. So that's 2 more cap breakers that you can play around with. But again, a category you can, focus on if you want to use them here is your drive and dunk, and you can unlock some crazy badges, some crazy animations with that 93 and up drive and dunk. Moving on to the standing dunk, we're going to put that up to a 64. Standing dunk is super overpowered in this game. If you don't know, now you know. Standing dunk is super glitchy, especially if you're isoing on the build. If you're playing 1s, or maybe if you're playing 3s or 2s and you're just isoing, if you get under the rim, right before you get under the rim and you go up, it's going to be an automatic dunk 9 out of 10 times. If you get the animation, you're going to dunk the ball every time. It never gets blocked. So you want to put your standing dunk up to a 64. It's super glitchy. And then our post control, we're going to leave that at a 42. Nothing super important right here. Now on to our shooting, and I'm going to upgrade my mid range to a 78, and then I'm going to upgrade my 3-pointer all the way up to an 88. So here's another category that you can play around with. I upgraded up to an 88, and then with one of my +1s, I'm going to upgrade up to an 89, which is going to give me limitless silver. As you've seen, it just went up, and it's going to give me set shot specialist gold. I can also max +1 any of these badges right here to get them on gold after I use that cap breaker. So it depends on you and how you play and what you think is important for your game. Use this build as a template. Use any build you see as a template and adjust it to your needs. And then I'm going to upgrade my free throw to an 85. And I told you, this build you can play, it's going to be a good build for random rec. If you're a guard and you don't have a squad, you just want to hoop and you got nobody to play with, go to random rec and you're going to have everything you need. You see, you got free throw, you can dunk, you can shoot, you can get up to gold badges, you can get so your shooting is going to go crazy along with your finishing. Very, very strong categories. This build is all around. To me, this is by far the best all around build. It's inspired by Lamonce's build. It's not exactly how he made his. He made his a little bit different because he plays fouls the majority of the time. So I upgraded mine more on the park side, but I still went with some free throws in case if you're watching this and you play random rec, you'll be able to make your free throws. Moving on to our pass accuracy, you don't have to have this super high. I put mine up to a 75, and then you can max +1 dimer and get dimer on gold, and that'll be more than enough. I play 5s, I play 3s against great players, against great defenders, and I make my passes perfectly fine with the 75. You don't want to go like 60s or nothing like that. You're gonna have some problems if you go that low, but if you go with at least a 75 pass act, you'll be straight. And then for my ball handle, I'm gonna upgrade this up to a 92, and then for 3 of my cap breakers, I'm gonna upgrade my ball handle because me personally, I want Steve Francis signature size up. I think it's the best sig size up in the game. You don't need it, it's not necessary. So if you wanna leave it at a 92 and use Trae Young, you can do that. But I personally want Steve Francis, and I think a lot of people will want Steve Francis. It's just a very good sig. But once you upgrade that to a 95, you're then gonna be able to get all these Hall of Fame badges. You can max +1 badges if you want. As you see, my strong handles went up to Hall of Fame. But if you want, you can max +1 that strong handles and get that on Legend, and it's super overpowered. But as I said, I only upgraded it to 92, and I'm using my cap breakers to go up to 95 to get those animations and badges that I want. And if for speed with ball, I'm gonna go with an 86. I want to be able to go 91, but you can't have everything when it comes to this game. So I went with an 86, and then I'm gonna just maybe max +1 my lightning launch up to Hall of Fame. I don't know, it just depends how I'm feeling, what feels better. If I feel like I don't want to max +1 strong handles or any of my shooting badges, I can go ahead and max +1 lightning launch. That'll be a good spot to put it. But for your speed with ball, go with 86. On to your interior defense. And defense in a whole on this build, on the 6'4", like this is a lot. This is a two-way build. It's a two-way build, but it's all around because it can shoot, it can finish, it can pass, and it has defense. For your interior defense, you're going with an 80 interior defense. Having 80 interior defense on the guard is crazy. On the ones, you're gonna get stops on the ones. You can't get taken advantage of, and you don't even have to be the main lock on your team. You can be like a secondary lock, but you're still locking stuff up. And then on the twos, you'll be able to stop the ISO, the rim run, whatever it may be. And then for your perimeter defense, we're gonna put that up to an 85. And this right here is gonna allow us to get immovable enforcer on gold. It's gonna get off-ball pest on gold, pick dodger, on-ball menace, challenger, all that good stuff you need as a defender. And you can also use your cap breakers here as well if you want and go up to a 91. And as you see, you get better badges. It depends on what you want to do. Like the possibilities on this build are endless, the way you can just use those cap breakers and, you know, upgrade different categories. But I went with an 85 for my perimeter defense. And then for my steal, I went with an 88. And the reason I went with an 88 is so that I don't have to use so many cap breakers to get to a 91, which is then going to give me glove on Hall of Fame along with interceptor. It's gonna be a GG. It's gonna be over with. This build can do everything. Moving on to our block, we're gonna max that out. It's only at a 69, but that's, you know, more than enough. We're able to get stops. We're able to get some stops with a 69 block. A lot of guards you run against aren't gonna have any block at all. So this is gonna make this build stand out from any guard build. Just having defense like this, along with all these other categories that you can also upgrade with cap breakers, is just crazy. And as you can see, we have maxed out rebounding on a guard. This is crazy. You're gonna be able to get crazy animations as a guard getting rebounds. You get rebound chaser on silver as a guard, box out beast on silver. You also get pogo stick as well. This is just the first build in this video. I got a whole bunch more crazy builds, so make sure you continue watching, because if you don't like this build, you're gonna like this next guard build. There's no way you don't like it. And then I also have some centers and some lockdown builds that I'm gonna show you. So keep watching. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this build. Okay, originally I wasn't gonna throw this build in this video, but I had to put this bonus build in there. It's gonna be this 6'2" PG that is super crazy. So we're gonna start up here at the finisher. You can see layup isn't too crazy, close shots not too crazy. Our close shots to the 73, layups to the 79. And then we come here and we get an 88 driving dunk, which allows us to get some pretty good dunk packages in this game. And then also for dunking, we get a standing dunk of a 45. And standing dunk is very important, especially if you're somebody who ISOs and you get underneath the basket. Once you go up with this standing dunk, you have to have at least on a 45. Once you activate that move, you're not getting blocked. I think I've been blocked probably once out of all the games. I played over 1,000 games in this game, and I've probably been blocked once when I've got that standing dunk animation. So make sure you have that on 45, and then we're gonna have a 35 post control. Now moving on to our shooting, our mid-range, we're gonna go with an 84 mid-range with a 94 three-pointer. But we're gonna put 5 cap breakers. So when you hit starter 3, you get 5 cap breakers. We're gonna put 5 cap breakers onto our 3-pointer to unlock a 99 3-ball, giving us all the shooting badges we need on Legend, which is gonna be super overpowered. But if you wanna make your build a little bit different, you wanna tweak it to how you're gonna play, you can put those cap breakers anywhere else. Personally, on this build, I think putting those 5 extra cap breakers will benefit you the best by putting it on the 3-pointer, but that's just me. And then also if you have extra cap breakers from the seasons, you can go ahead and throw those into different categories and then still get your +5 here. Moving on to our free throw. throw, we went with an 81 free throw. This was just extra points that I had. This build will be able to make free throws whenever you're playing files with the 81 free throw, so you don't got to worry about that. Now onto the playmaking, we went with the 82 pass accuracy, and we can max +1 our dimer to get dimer on Hall of Fame. As you can see right now, it is on gold, but you can do max +1 to get that Hall of Fame, which, you know, it'll help out your teammates. I really don't care about my teammates, so I might put it somewhere else, but if you want to help out your teammates, I think gold is enough. But you can go ahead and throw that on there and get Hall of Fame. Onto the ball handle, I stopped it at 94, but it's because I could, because I have an extra cap breaker. So I'm gonna throw my extra cap breaker on my ball handle to go up to a 95, which is gonna give me Steve Francis' signature size up. And I think it's very important. I think it's probably the best 6 size up in the game. You can use Trae Young, it's pretty decent, but nothing compares to Steve Francis. I'm telling you, nothing compares. So you wanna go with that, and then you're gonna get Ankle Assassin on Hall of Fame. Once you upgrade that, you also get Hall of Fame handles for days, along with Unpluggable on gold. It only stops you from getting ripped to an extent. So I wouldn't think too much about that, and I wouldn't waste any max +1s on Unpluggable because they're gonna rip you either way. Moving on to our speed with ball, I went with the 91, which is gonna give you Lightning Launch on Hall of Fame, and you can max +1 this if you want and get this on Legend as well. So now you got all Legend shooting badges after you then went up to a 99 on your 3-pointer, and then now you're going to max +1 your Lightning Launch. It's going to give you a Legend badge there, and you're at 6'2", so that's very beneficial. You don't even have to be a 5'9" anymore to get all these Legend badges. You can have a taller build, which allows you to contest better on defense, play better defense, and still get those Legend shooting badges that people get on 5'9s. Moving on to the defense, I put my interior defense up to a 65. This is going to give me off-ball pest on silver, so in case I'm guarding the corner and people are trying to backdoor me, I can bump them a little bit. And then it's also going to help me in case I get backdoored by a lock. I'm able to contest and get a little contest on the shot. It's not going to be 100%. You're not going to get stops every time somebody goes up on you in the paint, but it will help you out a little bit. Onto the perimeter defense. This is a little bit lower than I have on my 5'9 builds, but that's because 5'9s get crazy attributes and you can upgrade everything to 99. But even though this has the lower perimeter defense, which if you don't know, your perimeter defense is how well you're going to be able to contest somebody. If you have a low perimeter defense, you're not going to get good contest. Higher perimeter defense, that's going to allow you to contest more shots. But if you were a short build, it really doesn't matter. So this kind of balances itself out while also giving you a bigger build because you have a lower perimeter defense, but you're a taller build, so you're able to contest better. I play with 5'9s with very high perimeter defense and still got shot over, and I play with tall builds with low perimeter defense and I've got stopped. So having a perimeter on 74 is not going to hurt you. You get challenger bronze, on-ball menace bronze, pick dodger bronze. You're not the main lockdown, so you don't need all these crazy Hall of Fame or even gold badges, but if you want to max +1 any, you can. Moving on to the steal, we're going to go with a 91 steal, giving us glove and interceptor both on gold, which is very, very good. You don't even need steal this high to get bump steals in this game. That's really all the steals you're going to get because 2K kind of patched steals and patched the lanes. 91 is more than enough when it comes to steal, and then we're going to move over to our block. And again, this tied with our interior defense. If we're guarding corner or if we get stuck in the paint on our smaller 6'2 build, we're able to get somewhat of a contest rather than having it be like 30 or something like that. You at least get 58 block with the 65 interior, which is going to help you out a little bit. And then we didn't touch our offensive rebound. We don't care about that. We're on 6'2 guard. You're not going to get any boards. And then our defensive rebound, we put it up to 45 just because we had to. Onto our physicals, you're going to go with the 86 speed and the 86 agility. Since this build right here is not too dominant on defense, you don't really have to go too high on speed and agility. You only want to have speed and agility if you're going to be guarding the ball the majority. And on this build, I don't plan on guard. I don't think that anybody playing on this build should be planning on being the main defender on your team. Yeah, you have steal, but you shouldn't be trying to guard ball and lock up the other team's point guard. You shouldn't be doing that. So you don't need to go too high on your speed and agility. So that's why we have those at 86. And then moving on to our strength, we put that to a 45. It just went up to that. And then our vertical, we put that up to a 70. That's going to tie up to our drive and dunk and allow us to unlock those good dunk packages that we talked about earlier. All right, this is the 99 build, and I call it the 99 build because you can get 99 in so many different categories. If you have cap breakers, which you're going to have cap breakers just from playing the game, and I think they're going to give them out every season, so you might get +1s as we go on. But let's start with the finishing before we get down to the overpowered categories. So your close shot is going to be at a 72, and then your driving layup is going to be at an 82. Your driving dunk is going to be a 73. It's more than enough to get dunks with the 5'9". I play on this 5'9", and I have a 73 driving dunk, and I get plenty of dunks. So put that at 73. It's going to be more than enough. You're not going to be dunking on people. You're not going to just come down and contact dunk people, but you'll be able to get a wide open dunk. You're not going to just, throw up a layup and get smacked. But we're going to have that at a 73. No standing dunk on this build, and then our post control is going to be at a 32. This is not a very finishing heavy build, so it's not going to be anything too crazy in this category. You just want to be able to get dunks and then make some layups. Now is where it gets good. Starting with our mid-range, we're going to be at an 85 mid-range. So that's decent. You're able to green in the mid-range is pretty good. Then we're going to move over to our our three-pointer. So we're at a 95, but we're going to use 4 of our cap breakers. We're going to upgrade our three-pointer to a 99. This is going to give us legend shooting badges again, like the last build I showed you. Gonna give you legend shooting badges with a 99 three-pointer. So you're gonna go crazy. And then you're already moving them crazy super fast on a 5.9, so that's very good. Free throw, we went with the 78. It's not too high, nothing too crazy, but you're able to make free throws decently at a decent rate with a 78 free throw. You don't gotta have it too high in this game. Onto our playmaking, we have a pass accuracy of a 72. 72 pass ac is not crazy high, but it is enough. It's enough. It'll get the ball there at a decent amount of time. It's not gonna be no slow crazy passes. You won't be able to go up in the air and then throw bailouts like crazy, but if you know how to dot your teammates, 72 pass accuracy is more than enough. At least 70 is good enough. So if you want to adjust a few things, you can, because really all you need is a 70 pass ac, but I went with 72. You got that diamond on silver, and you can max plus that if you want and then get it on gold, but I went with 72 to get it on silver. Now we're moving on to our ball handle. Right now I have 2 +1 cap breakers from both of the season level 40s. Then I have 5. So I have a total of 7 cap breakers. I've already used 4 on this build. I've already used 4 on my three-pointer. I have a 99 three-pointer. Now I have a 97 3-ball. I'm going to use 2 more of that 7 right here in my ball handle to get to a 99 ball handles. It's going to give me legend playmaking badges. So as you can see, my ankle assassin is going to go up to legend. Handles for days is already on legend. My strong handle, I don't have a strength on this build like that, so I don't have strong handle. Ignore that. And then my unpluggable is going to go up to legend as well with that 99 ball handle. That's why I call this the 99 build. And 5.9s, I'm not sure why. Maybe because they're so small, but they get the best attributes. The smaller you go as guard, you're gonna get better attributes. You just gotta take that hit on defense and then get in contest or whatever it may be. But if you want to get the best attributes, you gotta go with a smaller build. That's all it is. And then we're gonna move on to our speed with ball. This right here is going to be at a 91, and you're going to get lightning launch on Hall of Fame. But wait, we're going to use our max +1 on lightning launch, and it's going to give us Hall of Fame lightning launch. So now we have all the playmaking badges that we get on legend. Then we're going to move on to shooting. All the shooting badges we need on legend. Like, this build is crazy. This 99 5.9 is ridiculous. But we're not done. So we've used 4 cap breakers here. We use 2 here. So we have 1 more cap breaker, right? Now we're gonna move over to defense, where our tier defense is gonna be at a 44, perimeter is gonna be at a 92, challenger is gonna be gold, on ball menace is gonna be gold, pick dodger is gonna be gold, off ball menace is gonna be Hall of Fame. And as I said earlier, it's gonna be hard to get contest as a smaller build, but this is definitely gonna help. You know, this is better than having a 5.9 without this. You know, if you wanna make a 5.9, make it like this, because it's gonna be hard to get contest, and this just makes it that much better. But like I said, we got 1 more cap breaker, right? We're gonna put that last cap breaker on steel, and that's gonna put our glove on legend. So we have legend shooting badges, legend playmaking badges, and legend defensive badges on this build. It's crazy. And we haven't even hit vet 2 to get. When I hit vet 2, I might just throw it on my speed or my agility and just be going crazy. Or I could throw it on my speed with ball, go up to a 94 speed with ball, get legend there, and then use my max +1 somewhere else and get another badge on. This build is ridiculous. This build is crazy. And then your offensive rebound, you're gonna go 26. I forgot block. Your block's gonna be a 51 and 44 interiors, nothing crazy, but it's gonna help you get a little bit of stops, you know, nothing too crazy. But moving on to our offensive defensive rebounding. 26 here and 47 here, nothing too crazy. Onto our physicals, our speed, we're gonna go with an 88 speed, 83 agility. It's gonna help us with our defense. As you see, these pop up right here. These defensive badges pop up because agility has to do with defense. It has to do with lateral quickness. And then we're gonna go to our strength, which is a 56. It's not too bad. Let me see what our strong handle. There's no way we're gonna get strong handles. But then we're going with 56 here, and then the 60 vertical. And man, this build right here might be the best build in the game. If you could do this at like a 6'2" build and get these 99 categories, that would be ridiculous at a 6'2". But that's my 99 5.9. This build is OD. If you learn how to play with a 5.9, if you play with good teammates that can play defense for you, and not even necessarily play complete defense for you, but people are going to try to pick on you and backdoor you and just rim run you, and you're not going to be able to do much on the 5.9. You have no interior defense. But if people want to take 2s all day, they can do that. You have legend badges with 99 3-pointer and 99 ball handle, and Yeah, so I mean, some people might not like this build, but as you can see, the badges and the stats are just crazy. All right, now we're moving on to some builds from my centers. This right here is going to be an inside center, mainly inside center. You have a 50 mid-range, but that's not going to do much for you. It's going to be for inside centers. You can really dominate with this build if you're playing random rec, if you have no teammates and you want to just have a build that you can go in and get some rep and, you know, get some VC, whatever it is, and win some games. Make this inside center, you're gonna go crazy. So our close shot's gonna be a 75, driving layup's gonna be 46. Our finishing is not too crazy. Driving dunk is 66. Standing dunk is the only thing that matters for centers. It's the only thing that matters. You want to catch the ball and you want off the pick and roll and you want a standing dunk. And then rise up when you get the board, offensive rebound, you want to have standing dunk to go right back up with it. And that's all that matters when it comes to finishing for inside centers. And then your post control, you're gonna have that at a 64. That's just what it goes up to. I didn't really upgrade that or nothing like that. Onto our shooting, our mid range, it just went up to a 50. Just from upgrading other things, it went up to a 50. 3-pointers at a 30. This is an inside center you're not gonna be shooting. And then I put my free throw up to a 75. It's not super high, but you will be able to make free throws with the 75 free throw if you're playing in a rec or prom, whatever it may be. So don't worry, 75 is enough. Onto the pass accuracy, I main guard and my center has to have pass accuracy. If you're a center, you need to have pass accuracy. You're grabbing the ball and you're launching it down the court. That's what you should be doing. You should be getting the rebound, defensive rebound, and launching the ball down the court. So you want to have that break starter on gold, which you can max +1 to Hall of Fame. You want to have bailout, and then you also got dimer. You can max plus that to legend dimer. Say you're playing on this build, and I don't know if you've seen my 5'9" build, or if you just skip to the center build, but say you're using the 5'9" build with legend shooting badges and then 99 3-pointer, and I know RNG, you're gonna miss because the RNG is crazy. But then you're throwing passes with legend dimer, it's crazy. But you wanna make sure you have pass act as a center, especially inside center. Ball handles at a 58, and then your speed with ball is gonna be a 33. Moving on to the defense, I think interior is important to an extent. It's not super game changing. I think that having the 85 interior with gold badges that you can max +1 is more than enough. Interior really plays a factor whenever you're playing against pure post scorers. You should not be playing on this build against pure post scorers on the ones court. This is like a 5s, 3s, 2s build. But then you want to put that up to an 85. That's going to be more than enough on the 3s, 5s, whatever it may be. Perimeter is going to be a 39. We're not going to be playing anywhere on the perimeter, but this will affect your perimeter shot contest. As I said earlier, perimeter defense affects how well you're able to contest shots on the perimeter. So if you get sprayed on the 3-point line on this build, don't be surprised because you have a low perimeter, so you don't have a high contest. Onto our steal, I couldn't get this super high without, you know, messing up other categories. So we went with the 67, which is going to give us bronze interceptor. And that's the only thing I was really worried about because as a center, you're going to be playing in the lanes. And I think the 67 will help you out a little bit. Having that bronze interceptor on will help you out a little bit. You have space to upgrade. I forgot how far it went up. I don't think it goes to a 73, but 73 you can get silver interceptor. But I went with the 67. And then our block, we went with the 93 block. So we're able to get paint patroller on gold, pogo stick on gold, high fly and denier on silver. Also badges you can max +1. Now for our offensive rebound, me personally, I have 7 cap breakers. I'm going for my starter 3 cap breakers. I'm going 5 on offensive rebound for 99 offensive rebound. And then I might mess around. It depends. I might up my strength a little bit higher, maybe to get brick wall on, because brick wall 95 you get it Hall of Fame. I might throw it there. It's all depending upon you, however you want to play with it, but you definitely want to have offensive rebound on a 99 with that 94 defensive rebound. And then moving on to your speed, I have it at a 60, and then agility is at a 47. You're not going to be playing too much perimeter defense, so you don't need those super high. And again, as I said, your strength is at a 94 with your vertical at an 81, which plays a part in getting blocks, getting rebounds, all that good stuff. So make sure you have that vertical up to an 81. And as you can see, my position, I'm a center, 7 foot, weight 260, and then wingspan 7'8". All right, center number 2, we're gonna be on our popper center. You're gonna go with your position is gonna be a center, height 7 foot, weight 265 pounds with a 7'8" wingspan. So you're gonna have a little bit shorter wingspan so that you're able to shoot a little bit better. Starting with your finishing again, pretty similar to the last build, 75 close shot, driving layup is gonna be 45, nothing crazy, driving dunk 65. Standing dunk, only thing we're worried about for a center whenever we're rolling to the basket is that 90 standing dunk to give us rise up on gold. And you can also use cap breakers here as well if you want rise up higher, or if you want different animations, you can do that. And then post control, we're gonna go with a 64. Moving on to our shooting, we have an 80 mid-range with a 74 3-pointer and an 82 free throw. So that right there is more than enough to make free throws in the 5s, shoot some threes consistently, pop to the mid-range. However you play on offense, you're able to do it with this build with a 90 standing dunk and then 80 mid-range and then a 74 three-pointer. And then even if they foul you, if they think you can't shoot free throws, you can shoot free throws as well. On to the playmaking. Again, if you are a center, inside, popper, whatever it is, you need to have a high pass act. I am a main guard and my center has to have pass accuracy. It's very important for a center to have high pass accuracy. You want to have a 92 pass act, get that break starter, get that bailout, get that dimer. And then we'll move on to our ball handle. Is at a 57. Our speed with balls at a 32. Onto the defense. Since we're able to score a little bit better, you don't have too high of a defense. Our interior defense is going to be at a 74, which is not crazy, but it's something. You're 7 foot, so you should be able to get contest. Perimeter defense is at a 39. Steals at a 66. It's going to help us get those lanes. And then our block's going to be at a 90. So we're going to get paint patroller on silver, pogo stick gold, high flying denier on gold as well. So we're able to, be a little bit more athletic in the paint now that we're on this popper. On to the offensive rebound. I'm throwing 5 of my cap breakers right here to get to a 99 offensive rebound. And then we're going to go with a 90 defensive rebound. If you have extra cap breakers, you can throw them here as well, or throw them anywhere you want on strength. Help you get brick wall a little bit higher, however you want to do it. Tweak it to your liking, however you want to play. And then on your speed, you're going to go with a 66 with the 46 agility. Again, 94 strength and 80 vertical. Vertical is very important when it comes to getting blocks, when it comes to getting rebounds, all that good stuff. You want to have your vertical up on your centers. And don't think I forgot about you if you want to play on a lockdown. This lockdown build right here is the lockdown that needs to be on my team. Like, I want this lockdown on my team. This is lockdown I play with. Me personally, if I'm using a lockdown, I'm using this lockdown build. Or if I have a lockdown on my team, I want this lock on my team. You want to go with small forward for the position. Height's going to be 6'4", so it's going to be a little bit harder to switch with your center in the pick and roll, but you'll figure that out. If you're playing with a good center, you can just stay up and you can bluff back and he can get back. Your weight's gonna be 225 and you're gonna have a 7-foot wingspan. So you got long arms. You grabbing everything. You're in every lane. Give me that, everything. So starting with your finishing, we're gonna go with a 68 close shot, a 55 driving layup, a 73 driving dunk. So those right there aren't very important. This right here is the game changer. A standing dunk of a 65. So I don't know how you play on lock, but when I play on lock, I'm in the corner on offense. And if my guard's getting boxed, my guard is going to send me on a backdoor cut, right? That's the way a majority of people play. You're going to sit and lock on the backdoor cut. We have a standing dunk of a 65. And guess who's guarding us in the corner majority of the time? A little bitty guard, that 5'9" guard I showed you. That's who's guarding our lock in the corner. So you're backdooring the small guard with a 65 standing dunk. It's basically a bailout. It's a bailout play to use. It's super overpowered, super cheesy, but you want to have this on your locks, especially coming at that corner for that back door. And then our post control is going to be on the 35. Moving on to our shooting. Shooting is pretty decent. You can also use some cap breakers here to get a little bit higher shooting if you want. But our mid range is at a 78, pretty good. 3-pointers at 83 is good enough. You don't need anything higher than that. You can also upgrade, get your limitless up a little bit higher. Set size specialist, you can get that up a little bit higher as well if you want to do that. But this is enough. 83 is enough. You don't have to go any higher. Moving on to the free throw. I didn't put free throw too high. I left it at a 63 because I just figured even if you're playing fives, locks don't really shoot free throws that much. I mean, maybe if you're going backdoor and you get fouled, you'll be shooting free throws, but locks aren't going to be, to me, you're not going to be in enough scenarios where it's worth upgrading your free throw and lowering other categories just to have free throw, because you're not going to be put in that situation as much as you are with these other situations. And then onto our pass accuracy, I went with the 45 pass act. My lock's not going to be passing the ball too much, not going to be touching the ball too much. Ball handles at a 70 just because that's the way it was. I mean, it just went up like that, and it's not a bad ball handle. And then our speed with balls at 75. So you got some pretty decent ball handling on this lockdown build. It's more like it's kind of like a little baby two-way. Maybe you can ISO on this build if you learn how to dribble with the low ball handle, but it's pretty decent ball handling, pretty decent playmaking. And then we're moving on to our defense. We went with an 81 interior defense, so we're 6'4". It's gonna be harder for us to get stops in the paint, so I want to bump that up a little bit just to help us out. And then our perimeter defense is going to be a 97. I probably won't use my cap breakers on anything in shooting or finishing. So I have 7 cap breakers. I'm going to use 2 on my perimeter to get a 99 perimeter. And I'm going to use 3 right here. So that's 5 onto my steal and to give me a 99 steal, a 99 perimeter. And then moving on to our block. And 99 steal, 99 perimeter is going to give us, as you can see, legend badges, legend challenger, legend on ball maintenance, legend pick dodger. Also, don't forget, you see that agility. The agility needs to be up as well. So we got all legend defensive badges, going to be a menace on defense. But moving on, our block 71, like I said. And then this again is going to kind of set us apart with this rebounding right here. I don't know if a lot of locks upgrade their rebounding, because like I said, if you're on the 3s or even the 5s, majority of the time in the corner is going to be a small guard in the corner guarding you. So we have a 73 offensive rebound and an 81 defensive rebound. This is not going to help us so much by being in the corner on offense, but defensive rebound will help us if we're, you know, trying to help rebound if we're not out on the break. 81 is better to have it than not have it. But that 73 offensive rebound is going to help us out a lot, especially on the 3s if you're coming out that corner to go get rebounds over small guards. Onto our physicals. So I've already used, on my perimeter defense, I used 2, and then for my steal, I used 3. So I have 5, and so I have 2 more cap breakers left. I would throw them on speed, and I would max out speed. Even if you hit vet 2, I'm maxing out speed until like it can't go no more. So my speed's at 90 right now, and then my agility's at 92. But when it comes to lock, these 2 are very important. You want to keep up with those small 5'9s with all those legend badges. You want to have your speed and your agility up. So that's why I have those both at least 90, and then I'm going to use cap breakers as well to upgrade them a little bit higher. Onto our strength, I have my strength at an 85. This right here is going to give me strong handles. It's going to give me box out beast and immovable enforcer, which is going to help us in case we get switched onto a bigger build, or if we're playing against a bigger build, it's going to help us if they try to bully us. And then your vert's going to be at a 60, which is going to allow you to unlock some decent dunk packages. Nothing too crazy, just enough to, you know, to do what you need to do. Yo, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're new, sub up, but click on this video on the screen where I give you the best jump shots in the game.